What's up, everybody? It's your boy Twiin, man. I'm here with an artist. And are you an artist? You an artist as well?
I don't record, no.
You don't? All right. Okay, so I'm here with my boy Bishop. Well, I'm going to let him introduce himself. I ain't going to introduce him. I'm going to let him introduce himself. But we have a talented artist here and a talented engineer and beat producer here, man. And I want to introduce them to my network. Bishop, he's already been on this network. But we definitely bringing this engineer in the game. For all you artists out there looking for an engineer, this guy here who's about to introduce himself, he is definitely somebody you can contact. He is ready to work. All right, so who we got? Go ahead and tell them who you are.
What's up, y'all? It's Bishop NxVarro, a.k.a. Elusive Q, a.k.a. Skinny Yang and Jones, a.k.a. Cool Off the Goof Off, a.k.a. Ask your blunt before you pass it to the nigga. Anyway, man. Yeah, man, straight up Fort Worth. And I'm a rapper, man, of course, as the man said. I've been doing this thing since I was 19. I'm about to be 26 now in March. So, yeah, Bishop NxVarro. Shed some light. That's my coalition.
Alright. And you are?
My name is Jin, or you can go by Jinsu. It doesn't matter. I'm an engineer. I make beats. I make the music sound good, and I make everything hit. We are Shed Some Light, you know. And we say Shed Some Light because we grew our brand from 3 years inside of a shed in the backyard. We went through everything from a USB mic on a ladder to Newman microphones with, you know, good interfaces, and now we've built a brand that we are actually proud of. So grateful for him. You know, this is the primary artist on what we do. We got another one, Taco, that's another primary artist that we record with, but that's our brand right now, and we're merging with film, so we're growing, definitely.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So, Bishop, what got you doing music? Both of y'all, really, but I want to start with Bishop. What got y'all doing music in the first place?
We got us, or we got me in particular?
Well, me right now, yeah.
Me in particular, I first started doing music at 7 years old. My dad was an artist. He was a reluctant artist. He wasn't really serious about the craft. He was just somebody on the side. How I dig it was I would take my dad's tapes of UGK, Ice Cube, NWA, Ice-T, all his old tapes, and I would record myself rapping over them. And I would show them to my dad, and at first he was like mad because I took his classics, but then he was like, shit, like, okay, I see you really can do something. And then to show him how much I was influenced, I would like freestyle him every night when he come home from work. I would freestyle battle rap him. And then I started getting so much more confident with it. I would go out to a block against the homies that he kick it with. I would freestyle battle rap them. You know, sometimes, you know, I get like, obviously, you know, what they were saying, I wasn't coherent to it at the point, you know, at my age, but, you know, I was rocking with them, you know, Sesame Street, Arthur, I had some shit on their head, you know what I'm saying, with that shit, yeah. So.
He was out there pretty much.
But yeah, I started that. That's when I really started. Well, when I really started recording, I really started recording my junior year in high school, off Audacity. I was doing like a little thing with one of my homies, M Love, Cloud9 M Love, he go by now. He be doing this shit, he still rocking, shout out him. I was doing some shit with him my junior year in high school. It wasn't really nothing serious, just some, you know, some stuff just to like do around the school. And it really like, it got like a little, you know, recognition within like the athletic source of room. Cause we played basketball and like the you know, athletic room got really rocking with that shit a little bit. So that was cool. And then once I graduated in 2012, I started recording like out of my closet through Audacity still, and I picked up on that and started running with that. And, I started doing that, and I released a couple things on like SoundCloud and stuff like that, and Reverb Nation when that was up. I don't know if you know about Reverb Nation, but shit like that. What's up, bro? What up? My bro just walked in. Matter of fact, J.I.N, who's on my project, Night You Don't Forget, 24, which is a motherfucking banger. But yeah.
He's just talking about the struggle though.
Yeah.
A lot of artists have no idea about starting from ground zero and doing what you can or using what you got. You know, a lot of artists don't know about that. So that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, I met this man in 2015. working at Palios. And, how we went custom was like, you know, I asked my thing. I asked him, do we smoke? We was listening to the same type of shit, and we obviously locked in because like he was listening to the same shit I be on. So I'm like, you know, I asked you smoke. I went to my house. I showed him. Matter of fact, when I went to his house, I told him to put on a beat, and I freestyled for him. I like freestyled on session, and then I showed him some shit, and here we are 4 or 5 years later. Yeah,
that's what's up. What started you in your music journey?
Oh, me?
Yes, sir.
So, you got the lighter?
oh yeah.
So what started me on my music journey is my homeboy, Young Wolf. He releases music. You can find him on SoundCloud if you want to look up his music. But he moved into my house one day after some unfortunate circumstances, and this is actually before that. He just came over and visited, but really when we started recording, he asked for help with recording his music since he didn't know how to use computers and all that. And I knew how to build computers and program a bunch of stuff, so he knew I could at least start by pressing a record button and getting his voice onto a $100 USB microphone. I think it was like even $70 at that. So I downloaded Fruity Loops. We paid the $100 for it, whatever, at that point, and just started recording songs off of a USB microphone, not knowing how to mix, how to master, how to properly even export the song out to get a full track. So we started from that, basically, inside of a room. Then we moved to a shed with a mic on a tiki torch stand tied to a ladder with a bungee cord, and recorded music like that for about a year until we actually took it serious and started investing in ourselves. I listened to a lot of hip hop for a long time. I used to be one of those dudes that really only liked the old shit and shitted on the new stuff, but you know, after doing music for a long time, that kind of changes your perspective on that a lot. And you kind of gain respect for, you know, new genres and different sounds. So it's taken me a long way right now with just even how I operate in the basics of life. As you can see, I put a lot into it. I don't know how much of the studio you can actually see, but we actually put a lot into it, coming from nothing and just, you know, working jobs and doing side hustles to make something that, you know, everyone could be proud of. And I want to open basically like an opportunity for people, because, you know, the people here that we record music with, the main family, we don't charge, you know. Everything is on the house because, you know, I want to give our friends and family opportunities to make their sound without having to break the bank, because for something like this, it would be expensive, man. It would be very expensive.
Facts.
So,
Facts.
I mean, for what they do, I know we wouldn't have the time and all that if they did have to pay that type of money somewhere else to get what we have here, basically. So it's kind of humbling, and it feels nice that I was able to do that for people at the same time.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so where are y'all from?
I'm from right here.
He said right here.
Not in Crowley, but, you know, 817 basically, all over.
So Fort Worth?
Mm-hmm.
Southside. 817, of course, though. Evans, Glen Garden, man. Morningside, Colvin. Shit. Yeah, man, that's where I'm from. 1401 to 904. Southside, baby, man. That's where I'm from. But 817, nonetheless, Fort Worth, homegrown.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Let's see, man. All right, so let me ask y'all this. Where do you see yourselves in the next 5 years in regards to your music career?
Where I see myself in the next 5 years? I see myself definitely investing in something that will hold longevity. I can't particularly say what it is, because I have multiple like business ventures I'm trying to attack, because, you know, I feel there's many ways to get to the bag, which it is, especially with the new decade, like with the way the world is going in telecommunications. It's limitless, man, how to get the money. So I just know I'm gonna be in the entrepreneurial spirits, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be something. It's gonna be education involved. planning to seek education. May not be through college, but it will be in something that I will pursue. So education does not always have to be through college or whatever you pursue. Just make sure you're smart about doing it. So I see myself in 5 years building an empire, and something that my kids and his kids can live on. Even if it's not, through fame, it's fortune, just something through a spirit that can transcend forever and ever, can be a heirloom. So that's where I see myself in the next 5 years.
In the next 5 years, we just grew actually to an inside location with our studio. So I wanna have an office space and have an actual outside public location to open for people to come in and if they want videos done, if they need artwork from different people, if you want to record some stuff, if you need verses from different artists, or if you just want to work on your music, need a couple hours in the studio. I just want to open that physical location up and, have a nice running business per se to operate and call home to the public, help people, because I know there's a lot of artists that want this type of music done and want this type of recording area, but they just can't afford it, or they just don't have the connections, or they don't know how to go find it. That's really a lot of the problem with a lot of that, is people don't know how to find these connections, even though they got a phone and available to the internet and know how to upload to SoundCloud. I mean, it's not expensive to stream your music on Spotify and Apple Music. I mean, it's not hard to go out and, hit up and take inquiries on videographers and producers or engineers to get these beats or make your voice sound good or make your video sound good. You just gotta look, and I really want to educate people on how to get these connections and where to look and how to properly do it, because if everyone did it, there'd be some nice art going on, basically.
And word to this, man, promotion it's gonna cost much to do it neither. It's because as I'm starting to realize more, it don't cost much to promote just by consistency. You know what I'm saying? If you put $5 or $10, that could be a gram. That's, what I'm saying? That's a little shit.
It's an investment.
That's an investment. Exactly. $10 you do a week, that can do. You build your fan base. As long as you stay consistent together, that can really help you. So it's not really expensive as we like to think it is. Yes, you want the big higher mountain of it. We're like, oh shit, look how much the billboards of it. But that small grind makes a milestone. Nonetheless, for real.
I want to touch on this. You were talking about the office space thing. Just in general, man, with a solid team of people who can bring value to the table. For example, not just artists, not just rappers or anything like that, but people who do have different talents. I feel like you were saying, if people do, they need to educate themselves. At the end of the day, they do need to learn certain things. So that office space idea is not a bad idea. I just wanted to speak on that. But as far as let's see, man. What else you got to say? I mean,
basically, man, the music I do have out now is I have 2 projects out. Working on my 3rd one. I got one called Starbucks. I dropped earlier last year around this time. It was this week actually.
What was it called?
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
And it was really an acronym. It's not really based off Starbucks, the actual. Well, really, it kind of is. It's like what's the word for it? It's I don't know what the word is right now, but yeah, it's based off that. An acronym was a star blooming under constructive criticism, because I feel like that's one of the stigmas of a lot of artists. It's a lot of parables put on us, and a lot of profiles of how artists should be, how artists should look. A lot of people don't really take the time to realize our artist sensitive, man. Especially when you put time in, no matter who it is. These artists really take time to do their shit. These artists really put their blood, sweat, and tears in their shit. And people just throw it to the side so quickly. Now, there's nothing wrong with saying you don't like something, or, that's not for you. But people downgrade shit, and it's the first time they heard it. They never, experienced. They ain't never put no time towards anything of experience of what that artist had put through. Just to go, and, misconstrue these artists sometimes. It's tough to see, so... I know a lot of artists dealing with constructive criticism because it's a sensitive sport, man. I mean, every artist is sensitive. We do this shit. We serious. If you're serious about this shit, you're emotional about it. And that's a lot. So every artist I normally feel like that. That's one thing.
What you got to compare it to basically is, I don't know how many of y'all play sports, but you know, if you play sports on a serious level, not no like professional stuff, but even in middle school, high school, you know, you worked out or worked on your craft every day basically. I mean, I know in football you was lifting weights, running and working on technique, footwork, you know, 6 out of the 7 days of the week, because the 7th day you got a game. And that you got 48 minutes of the prime time, that's what people see. The other 6 days, no one's looking at that, and that's the same thing with music. So if you put that into the perspective of the different things that you're looking at, I mean, yeah, when you listen to an album, maybe you got the hour of music, but you know that realistically, that took months to work on and thousands of dollars to produce if it's done properly. So you don't really see that, so it's easy. Like he said, if you don't like it, it's not for you. It's what it is. But you know, downgrading it or you know calling it something that it isn't, it's not right with music. So even if you don't like it, I understand constructive criticism. You know, a lot more people need to take constructive criticism in their life. Some people don't like that. I mean, as soon as you say something bad about their music, they're ready to pop off on you. So
it's really in life in general, though.
Yeah, it's really in life in general. Yeah. But you know,
it definitely applies to the music.
It definitely applies to the music heavily. So you know. Like he said.
Speaking of that, this is the merch for it. It's on all platforms. Yeah. And,
we'll link that in the description of this video. For sure.
Exactly. But yeah, then my second project I got out, artwork was done by this man. I guess the artwork was done by this man, but the second one I got was Nice You Don't Forget, which I just released in October. And that was just a little EP, you know, something that's going to touch on into what I'm about to get into. Yeah, man, I really had fun with that one. It really was like, you know, as far as direction as much as it was on Starbucks, it was just some, you know, how I feel just in a moment, you know, just a bunch of like things, a bunch of moments that really just took me and just let me just build on those. So I really enjoyed that one. Nice You Don't Forget. I can see with my boy J.I.N over there in the corner. Like I say, 24, this shit is banging. So yeah, that's what it is so far. And Canvas, that's my new shit I'm working on, Canvas. That's Canvas, yes sir. That's what's
up. We definitely gonna put those projects in the description of this video. Let people check them out. Y'all make sure y'all go check those out. Don't hesitate. If you don't like it, hey, if you like it, you know, share it. Don't play. Right. To me, that's a problem in the game right now. Is the lack of support. You know, I don't care for the negative comments.
Right.
I've never been one to just, you know, feel some type of way about. I don't care. Like, I guess in my mindset is, I don't care for being judged. You know what I'm saying? So, if the game was a little bit more supportive, you know what I'm saying, instead of so quick to judge, I feel like everybody can make it. You know, there's enough money out here for all of us. But
man, yeah, that's a really big thing, because you know, if you stream your music now, depending on what platform you got, you can look at your statistics. So, you know, outside of the people that I make music with, if we look at the statistics, we got, I don't know about anybody else, but us personally, we have more plays in different countries and states than we do in actually where we are right now. And I mean, when it's getting out word of mouth, when you know, when you tweet and promote all this stuff, and you know, you telling your people that you got this stuff out, and then you look at your statistics, and most of your plays and support are coming from other places. You know, it's a different feeling, basically, that you got all these connections and ways and friends and family that could push this stuff, but you know, it's the other fans, and that's not a bad thing per se that you got other fans other places, but you know, your home support should be the place where you are at right now, where you grew up, or where you're trying to help in the community, or just support people around you. And you know, I think if people, I know it's cliche, but if people really supported the people that make music around them, it could be a whole different game, and just it would change the meta of how we do music nowadays. Basically, we could evolve it. We wouldn't have to have just, you know, these few artists popping and everybody else is struggle rappers, essentially, to everybody. So just support your music, friends, man, for real. Support your music friend. And it's, I know you stream music. You go on YouTube, just run a play on the video or run through the album once or twice, bro. Like, you know, it's not that hard. Just go ahead.
My take on that is that there's so many people in the same competition. You know what I'm saying? So there's no, like, it's a competition at the end of the day. So of course you can't expect support from a competition. Yeah. Right.
I guess we touched on that too.
Right. That's a true thing.
It's a blood sport at the end of the day. You know, to try to break that cycle, you'll drive yourself crazy. But at the end of the day, you know, like my man was saying though, I would say more just take advantage of those who do take advantage of you. Because some of us can miss what's right in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Like we could be like, damn, we try to reach out to them. You know, the ones around you support you so strong. They be like, I'm here, and we ignoring those around us just to get to motherfuckers who won't even like us in the long run. Because I can hack myself trying to work with people. I'm like, okay, yeah, hit me back. I'm waiting, hit me back, and try and reach them out. They just don't fuck with me. That's just what it is. You know, and I'm missing people who do, trying to get to a person who don't. And you know, you can't waste your time on it. Just recognize the signs and take advantage of those who are around you. Because at the same time, you know, it's so hard to gain a fan, but it's so quick to lose them. It's like, ain't that shit crazy? It's love, man. At the end of the day, take advantage of the ones around you. And
there's gems around you that you probably don't know, you know. Because, I mean, most of the music that you probably listen to, you're probably used to. I mean, not a lot of people go and look for new music that's not necessarily known. You know, that you can find some really good stuff from artists around your just general area, not just Fort Worth, man. I know a lot of good people that came out of Fort Worth and Dallas that, you know, are a lot of good talent. So just look for those hidden gems by you and support your music fans. That's all.
Yeah.
Support. Moral of the story, support.
Exactly.
It's only right. All right, so I won't ask y'all ages, but let's say you can go back.
You don't gotta answer everything about music either.
Yeah, this question is definitely angled for something totally different.
Okay.
It would be, what would you go back and tell you can only go back 5 years. What would you go back and tell your younger self that you, like, what you know now versus what you knew then? 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah. So think about that. Think about
we're talking about life or music? Life,
in general. What would you tell your younger self 5 years ago?
Well, that's the weird thing, because, you know, 5 years ago I did do a lot of stuff that I regret and that I definitely would change, but at the same time, I don't know if it would lead me to the same point I'm at now.
It's definitely a true statement.
I'm very happy with my life right now. I'm stable, you know. So I could have did things better, like I said, but I don't know if it would have got me to the happiness and the point I'm at now. And you know, theoretically speaking, I wouldn't want to change that, because this is the reality that I expected for myself. So I'm definitely satisfied with where I'm at. I mean, yeah, I would give pointers, like, you know, because I skipped a hell of a lot of school. I said a lot of things to a lot of people, and I did a lot of things, you know, health-wise or just not smart decisions in the long run, legally, or things like that I very well could have changed, saved a lot of money, saved a lot of people's grief and time. But at the end of the day, like I said, I would have probably not been in the same place I'm at now. So I'm happy with where I'm at, even with the mistakes and things that I did in life.
I agree with that, because 5 years ago, yeah, it could definitely been a different turn. I was 20 years old 5 years ago. So I would tell myself this the power of trusting your gut more. You know, it's because we live in I think the way it was going 5 years ago, with the world was moving so fast. You know, the power of, like, people being self-hesitant. You know, we live so much around trying to base ourselves off a certain model of how we should live or how it's supposed to live. You know, it just, rather than just going to what you feel is right. You know, we live so much around trying to influence, you know, the wrong crowd. You know, and rather than just embracing, you know, and going what's really true, implementing in your heart. Because 5 years ago, I really didn't trust my music. I just got really grown and started trusting my music. I recorded it, but I really wasn't like taking it really seriously. I really started seeking out like the power of when you really take something seriously, you know, and you really, you know, can invest. It can really lead to something. I'm nowhere near where, you know, we gonna be, you know, we, not to say like we are at the top of the level or something, but it's all about what you see, you know. Shout out to the book, Think and Grow Rich. You know, that's a really powerful book. I wish I would have picked up on it earlier, but I'm really starting to dive into that book, man. It's really, really powerful, really genuine. Shout out to Filmwahlkaz. He was one to put me on that shit, so that shit is really, really
It's never, in my personal opinion, it's never too late. And I say that because I'll be 29 this year. And I don't care for age. Like, age, my sense of direction is even jacked up. So that's how I know I wasn't put here to worry about time. I was put here to, you know what I'm saying, apply the energy that I give to people. And like, where I'm at right now, like, real talk, the tables didn't turn for me till 23. And let me tell you what happened. Maybe this will hit home for some people who's watching this video, or maybe it'll inspire you to do the same thing. But like, real talk, I googled the definition of understand. I swear, and it's like a light bulb hit, boom. And from there on up, I noticed how like you said, to go with your gut, how to pay attention, how to focus, how to you know, put yourself in a better position in regards to what you absorb and, you know, how you react to the world. So I definitely understand the whole, you know, going back and saying, you know, go with your gut. Like, it's a true statement. Like, in life in general, like, the reason why most people don't go forward, or why they can't get nowhere, or why they don't go nowhere, is because you're right, it's the fear, but they just don't do. It would be different if they, like, you can understand being afraid of doing something, or being afraid to take in some criticism that may scar you. But when you get to the point in life where, like, I've probably been at this point for about 4 years, but when you get to the point where you truly don't care, like, I mean that, like, you don't care what nobody say, and you understand what it takes to make it. I'm talking about every single day of your life is going to be spent doing what you're trying to do, or what you want to do, to make sure you get where you're going, regardless of what people say. Negative comes, like, that's just how it goes. Right. I'm sure plenty of people don't like me, or couldn't care less for me. I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't care. And it was like you were talking about the people that we put around us, or, you know, paying attention to that. Like, a lot of people don't, you know, but a lot of people will accept something lesser than how they think. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a totally different vibe when you get around people who truly understand, or who at least have a base level of common sense to comprehend what's being given to them. You know what I'm saying?
Man, because, yeah, the same what you were saying. Because being an engineer, I've been through countless people that, you know, they record what they record, but then when they're working on other stuff, they don't want to do it, or they want to trash it basically off of the fear of failure, that it won't be received well. Right. You don't know how many songs that we've had to work through, or I had to persuade people to do, because they thought it would be garbage or not received well, or people wouldn't like it in their head, but it turned out to be, you know, great.
Y'all know who Lil V is?
Yeah.
Y'all know who, what's that boy name, light skin one, Mr. JJ Fish, Fox, whatever.
Yeah, JJ Fish.
Come on, man. How in the hell did they make it?
50 Tyson was booming when I was in high school. He was booming.
The only reason they made it because they didn't stop putting it out. They didn't stop. Yeah. Right. Even if you get past the consistency part, because of course, like, growth it's every day. It's every single day. Yeah. That's how you fall in the habit of doing what you love. Right. But, like, when it comes down to it, it's the fact that they don't stop themselves from hitting that upload button. Or they don't care. Once you get to that I don't care point, I'm telling you.
Because how long ago did he blow up, Ice JJ Fish? That was what, 2013, right. 2012? He's still getting thousands of views on his songs, bro. Like,
use his memes. You
know? Same with Lil B, but see, they understand what's working for them. It wouldn't matter, like, I'm sure they get negative. A lot of people are like, oh, he sucked. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, Lil B sucked. Like, they suck. they hands down they suck, but they done figured it out. I'm just gonna put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you eventually, like, there's more to it. Like, when it comes down to understanding who likes your music and who doesn't, especially in this streaming game, you saying you get analytics, you get to see stats. You let the stats speak and you attack that. You know what I'm saying? We don't wear it like the city itself. Y'all know I love Fort Worth, and I've made plenty of videos saying I'm done with Fort Worth. Like, I am. I've been here 29 years. Who wants to be stuck in Fort Worth, Texas? So, if people in this city don't care to support, I feel like, man, there's a smarter way to do it. Like, a lot of these artists, they got these major labels. That's because these labels understand the analytics behind this artist. Like, I can push this fool. We can push Fluoride in Florida because he make pop music. You know what I'm saying? We can't push him to Texas. We can't push him to. We can push him to California. You see what I'm saying? Like, you get to understand where your music will thrive at based off the numbers. That's how you know. That's how you know what to attack. Period.
Great selling point you said that, because R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. I remember watching a video for him in 2011, 2012, I think, and he had a map out, and he had, if I can give me a stack in each state, that's 50K. I'm like, he said, that's all I'm really looking for. Like, if I can hit each state and give me at least 1,000 or 2, that's 50K, make that double. That's really all I'm trying to do, and it's all about just trying to outreach, you know what I'm saying? Branch out, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many artists who can find just Fort Worth only. Like, the world is huge, man. Like, and for what, you know, a lot of people say, I haven't been yet, so it's a lot of people say so still, but people overseas take hip hop a lot more seriously than America does, so I'm trying to see what that shit like. So, bro, it's so much people out here, man. Get that overseas. I'm trying to get that overseas money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where the bag is at.
And that's what I really like. Everyone that comes to me when they say that, you know, I didn't buy the beat, I'm just gonna upload it to SoundCloud. You know, SoundCloud's cool.
Oh yeah, touch on that.
SoundCloud's cool and all that. We put a lot of music on SoundCloud that's still there. But, you know, if you're going to invest in yourself, you know, to get these analytics and to really know where your audience is coming from, then you need to stream your music. And like I said, it's not expensive. If you got the time and the money to, you know, buy studio equipment, you got the time and the money to make a distro kit or a TuneCore or whatever else.
CD,
baby, all that stuff, man. That's what I say. You got the time to do that, because that's really investment in yourself. And if you put the time and effort into streaming your music, you will see a return in some way, shape, or form, because you're going to get those analytics from who listens to you, where, how many, what country, what state, what song is played the most out of which project you dropped, all of that. And so if you can conform,
he giving away all the juice, man. Right. Y'all better listen to it.
If you can conform your music. So say if you make a project to where you got 6 slow songs and 2 bangers, if the 2 bangers make up half of your plays on your album, then, I mean, not saying that's all you should make, but you need to conform your music a little more, because that's your sound and that's your audience right now. So you'll get the most revenue, or not even if you just want money, if you just want the plays or the growth, even just the growth. I mean, if you just want people to hear your music, because that's a lot for what we do right now. Is we don't have people that, you know, we don't have the streams to make thousands of dollars. So right now, I'd be happy if, you know, just people heard my music, honestly. And you can even see how many people, you know, skipped your songs, how many people listened to the whole project or the whole single, all of that stuff. So, man, like, if you look at those analytics, you will really get your music popping, honestly.
Let me interview him real quick, man. 2020, man, listen, all artists, because I'm tired of seeing this. Let's stop rapping over these MP3s that we steal off the YouTube. Pay the producers, man. If you just leasing, pay these men, because you don't understand, these will make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are the main ingredient. You know what I'm saying? We just present it, but they pay these producers. I stopped doing that shit. I stopped doing that shit a long time ago. Stop stealing these beats off YouTube, because once you blow up off them, bro, it's still the producers anyway. You haven't discussing them, so technically they can take, bro. That's still like, come on, man. Pay these producers, new decade, man. Pay the producers, man. Even if you just lease it, at least contact them. Can we at least contact these producers and establish, something because this shit is crazy.
When you do stuff like that, at the end of the day, if you record something off of a beat that you do not own and you lay your verse that you wrote in your studio, even if you mastered it yourself and all of that, once you release that can get copyrighted, and now your bag is their bag.
Exactly.
So I've seen cases in where literally companies have waited for the song to blow up and make money for them to go and copyright that off of YouTube or something like that. I mean, YouTube is the worst for copyright, and so your whole bag can get claimed by some big company, and you'll be left out of pocket. So invest in buying these beats.
Yeah, man.
And it just because at the end of the day, you want to own your masters.
Exactly.
Right now.
Exactly.
Because right now, everybody that gets in these 360 deals, I mean, their music is not theirs. They make it; it's their voice. Even if they made the beat and engineered it themselves, I mean, it's not theirs at the end of the day. So I mean, you really want to own your masters and your music. Because I mean, if you're doing all of this for at the end of the day to walk away with nothing, it's not worth it.
Indeed.
You want to own what you make.
Indeed. Pay producers 2020, man. Forever pay producers.
Facts. So we gave y'all enough game, man. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Go ahead and tell them where they can find y'all on social media. Please and thank you. Do it slow, because a lot of people, they act like they can't hear. So, and then your name is complicated. So go ahead and tell them where to find you.
Indeed. Well, Skinny Younger Jones, you can find me on Instagram. That's SKINNYANA_JONES. Skinny Younger Jones. Instagram. On Twitter, you can find me at Elusive Q, Bishop NxVarro. Either one, type in how you spell Bishop NxVarro, BISHOP That's me. Same thing goes for my streaming, Spotify, all that good stuff. I ain't finna get into all that. Just type in Bishop NxVarro and you'll see me.
We'll put the links in the description.
Definitely.
For everything. Yep. So.
Oh, for me, so you can find, if you like instrumentals, you can stream my stuff. Just type in J.I.N. When I say dot, that's a period. So, you can do that on Twitter, Instagram. Type in Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, whatever your taste is, and you can find us, man. Because, once you find me, I got stuff with his name tagged to it, so you'll find all of us in the collective.
Definitely.
That's what's up, man. So y'all met my guys. We've had this lovely conversation for 38 minutes now. This is probably gonna get broken down into parts. It's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
We finna bring y'all some content. That's for sure.
Solid. Check out film, man.
So it's your boy Twiin, man. I appreciate everybody who tuned into this video. Like I said, I'm gonna put a lot of links in the description of this video, so y'all can go down there, click these links. Don't bullshit. Alright? And share this video to Twitter, share it to Instagram, Facebook. I don't care where you share it, just share the video, man. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for updates. It's your boy Twiin, we signing out, man.